Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Children must be taught how to think, not what to think. I was wise enough never to grow up while fooling people into believing I had. Laughter is man's most distinctive emotional expression. Instead of being presented with stereotypes by age, sex, color, class, or religion, children must have the opportunity to learn that within each range, some people are loathsome and some are delightful. Always remember that you are absolutely unique. Just like everyone else. Having someone wonder where you are when you don't come home at night is a very old human need. Never depend upon institutions or government to solve any problem. All social movements are founded by, guided by, motivated and seen through by the passion of individuals. There is no greater insight into the future than recognizing, when we save our children, we save ourselves. You know you love someone when you cannot put into words how they make you feel. Young people are moving away from feeling guilty about sleeping with somebody to feeling guilty if they are not sleeping with someone. It is utterly false and cruelly arbitrary to put all the play and learning into childhood, all the work into middle age, and all the regrets into old age. If the future is to remain open and free, we need people who can tolerate the unknown, who will not need the support of completely worked-out systems or traditional blueprints from the past. Never believe that a few caring people can't change the world. For indeed that's all who ever have. We won't have a society if we destroy the environment. I measure success in terms of the contributions an individual makes to her fellow human beings. An ideal culture is one that makes a place for every human gift. If we are to achieve a richer culture, rich in contrasting values, we must recognize the whole gamut of human potentialities, and so weave a less arbitrary social fabric, one in which each diverse gift will find a fitting place. I was brought up to believe that the only thing worth doing was to add to the sum of accurate information in the world. Sisters is probably the most competitive relationship within the family, but once the sisters are grown, it becomes the strongest relationship. I learned to observe the world around me, and to note what I saw. It is an open question whether any behavior based on fear of eternal punishment can be regarded as ethical or should be regarded as merely cowardly. A traveler who has one spin from home is wiser than he who has never left his own doorstep, So a knowledge of one other culture should sharpen our ability to scrutinize more steadily, to appreciate more lovingly, our own. I do not believe in using women in combat, because females are too fierce. Even though the ship may go down, the journey goes on. Our first and most pressing problem is how to do away with warfare as a method of solving conflicts between national groups within a society who have different views about how the society is to run. Women have an important contribution to make. One of the oldest human needs is having someone to wonder where you are when you don't come home at night. Women want mediocre men, and men are working hard to become as mediocre as possible. There is no reason to think a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens cannot change the world. Indeed, that's the only thing that ever has. It may be necessary temporarily to accept a lesser evil, but one must never label a necessary evil as good. What people say, what people do, and what they say they do are entirely different things. One of the most dangerous things that can happen to a child is to kill or torture an animal and get away with it. We must turn all of our educational efforts to training our children for the choices which will confront them. The child who is to choose wisely must be healthy in mind and body. The children must be taught how to think, not what to think. Never believe that a few caring people can't change the world. For, indeed, that's all who ever have. Prayer does not use up artificial energy, doesn't burn up any fossil fuel, doesn't pollute. Neither does song, neither does love, neither does the dance. Too many people, when they reject God, go on believing in the devil. Many intellectuals have a sense of evil without a confidence in good. One of the most dangerous things that can happen to a child is to kill or torture an animal and not be held responsible. Children must be taught how to think, not what to think. Never underestimate the power of a few committed people to change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Never believe that a few caring people can't change the world. For indeed, that's all who ever have. You are totally unique. Just like everyone else. I was wise enough never to grow up, while fooling people into believing I had. Never underestimate the power of a small, dedicated group of people to change the world. Indeed, that is the only thing that ever has. Man's most human characteristic is not his ability to learn, which he shares with many other species, but his ability to teach and store what others have developed and taught him.